Well. Just another video of me catching an absolute freaking banger on stream. I didn't quite take profits on stream, but I'm gonna put in the clip right now. Oil's looking pretty good here. I might have to take this trade. I'm setting sell stops here. Sell stops are set. 15-minute, beautiful 15-minute closure here. If we can close right below this wick, I would love that. Charts froze, great.
I like how that candle.
I love the little upside. Now time to make the low. Everything's kind of waiting though, and it's so scary. We got 8 minutes here, chat. What we need in order to win this trade here. We don't need this, that's for sure. We need a bearish candle on the 15-minute time frame. We can't get like 3 freaking bullish candles because that means we're most likely gonna come back into this range. Alright guys, so we absolutely freaking killed it. I'm just closing right now. Closing this position here on oil. Bro, that's what you guys get during the freaking live streams. Alright guys, so now that you guys saw the clip, I know that at the end of the video I was kind of not on stream, but dude, absolutely freaking killed it. Let's break down this trade just so you guys get a full understanding of how to remain consistent and how to take the same exact setups day in and day out. Now guys, I know trading is hard for some of you guys and you guys really want to take your trading to the next level, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be an easy ride there. When I first started, it was a struggle. It was hard for me to actually become profitable and find the profitability that I wanted so badly. But honestly, all I did was focus on 1 to 2 setups, whether it was a breakout trade or a break and retest trade, and then just find confluences that helped me catch those trades. Now I'm going to show you guys a couple confluences that I used in order to catch this specific trade, just so you guys have a full understanding of how to catch it. We started the day and price was kind of like, I want to say over here. So if you notice from yesterday and last night, all through London session, we were sitting in this range over here. So all you would do is just mark up this range from highs to lows. Notice that this is now a no trade range. We have a ranging market. Market is just moving up and down. No real direction in this market, so there's no real trade just yet. But what I was starting to notice was that we had high over here, lower high, new low, lower high, new low. If it's creating this kind of downtrend over here, if we can't break up above here and fly, I'm looking for sell positions underneath. This would be risky sells just due to the fact that we are overall bullish. I understand that anything that comes down in this range, we could definitely look for some sell positions. So then we waited for the market to start to give us some sort of setup over here. So right over here, this is when we actually came to the markets. The markets were kind of sitting over here. Now this is starting to come into our session. But market structure broke over here to the downside, showing us that we kind of wanted to be into this range. Now, how do we execute? Our overall target for the day was definitely sitting right over here. But how do we execute a position that looks like this? Well, we're gonna have to start adding up our confluences. One confluence that we had was come down and break market structure to the downside. You can grab your Fibonacci tool and just draw it all the way to the downside here. Price comes down with that impulse, now has a retracement right to our 5618 golden zone. Now what does that tell you? It tells you that it's a healthy pullback of this trend, and you can then look for confirmations to take it down lower, right? Because remember, all of Fibonacci is doing is just measuring the pullbacks of a trend. Now this is just a confluence. I'm not really using the Fibonacci for entries, but I know that if we are in a Fibonacci sequence, that means that we are in a trending scenario in the market. So all I did was wait for this pullback, and now we started to get a bearish engulfing candle. So that's already 2 confluences that we have in order to take this position. Now also, if you just draw this zone just a little bit higher, right up to this area that we broke out of, because at the end of the day, this is the first support to get broken when we started to give this push. So we might want to come back and retest that structure point up here. So that is my third confluence, a break and retest of previous structure level and with wick rejections to that area. So already we have 3 confluences to this trade. We have that bearish engulfing candle, we have a break and retest, we have this Fibonacci short. But I need about 4 to 5 confluences in order to be confident with a setup. So now we come down and now we're starting to get this 30-minute candle closure. If you're looking at it on the 15-minute time frame, I was actually looking to take this candlestick right over here and breaking those lows. I was actually looking to take that trade, but the reason why I didn't was because if we look at the 5-minute time frame, that's why we have to always use multiple time frames in confluence. On the 5-minute time frame, we have this range over here that we failed to break and gave us this push from up here. So I knew that I shouldn't sell below this range over here. Yeah, it looks clean on the 15-minute time frame, but on the 5-minute time frame, it's a range that we failed to break in the past, and we can't rush into this position. We really have to wait for that 76.50 break. So that's exactly what we did. We waited, Price then came back down. Now guess what? What did we get right over here? Price started to come up and reject our previous level of resistance. We started to stay below that zone, which is something that I like to see. Right over here, we stayed below it. Never really came back up into this range. So we would actually draw this zone just like this. And now the same thing. Now we have a break and retest on the smaller time frames. The last level of support to get broken after this move was right over here. So now that's another break and retest on the lower time frames. That's giving us our fourth confluence. I just stayed on the 5-minute time frame here. I waited for a 15-minute candle to also come in, and now we have a bearish engulfing candle with rejections to the highs. That is 5 confirmations or confluences to take this position. At this point, all I did was go back down to the 5-minute, waited for the structure here to start to form, and we actually executed our position on this 15-minute candle. Where did I put my stop loss? Now, stop loss had to come at a point where my trade would become completely invalid. We have this high, we have this lower high, and we have this lower high. So I can easily put my stop loss above this lower high over here, because if we break that lower high, what's happening to market structure at that position? If we come down, break lows, but then come up and break highs, what's something that can happen is price is just going to continue to create higher highs and higher lows. So I don't want to be in this trade if we start to break this area up here. So I just set my stop loss up here. I was targeting down over here. That was the overall target for this trade. If you guys notice, I did close at around this area. Price then started to give me that beautiful confirmation. But now price decided to start to range, and the reason why I think we started to range, we also had news coming up. What I liked about this position that price started to range, I wasn't too worried about it because we stayed below our previous level of support that we broke. So as long as we stayed below this area, I am not bullish. I'm bearish underneath this area and bearish underneath this area. So why am I going to be stressed out about this trade? All I did was wait. Price then comes down and starts to give us the confirmation. Still, we were just ranging in this range. I did get off stream around this time over here. I just had something to do, so I just got off. I just want to show you guys exactly what happened off stream, and we took this position. Price came back up, price came back down, and bang, easy money. And then another confluence that we had for this trade. So this was a total of like 6 to 7 confluence. This is something that I call a high probability setup. Whenever these confluences start to add up like this, you have to execute your positions. You cannot be scared of the markets when you have the perfect setup. We had this beautiful area sitting over here. We have this beautiful range that we would like to fill and target our lows over here. If we have a clean move up, we should get a clean move down. So whatever happens to the left should happen to the right. This is like super basic trading. Everybody should know exactly how to do this. So we held the position. Our stops went to break even once this candle came down over here. Our stops went to break even, and price decides just to range a little bit, come down, range. You can't be scared of hitting break even here. I held the full position because I knew where our target was going to be. Our target was going to be this lows over here. So I waited for the markets to actually come down and break the low that we just created right there, and I closed my full position right there. Not a crazy risk to reward, honestly, because our stops had to be so big for this position just to make it a high probability stop. I mean, bro, you can't get upset at a 1 to 2, 1 to 1.92, right? You have to take what the market gives you, and you have to be willing to hold your position. Now, yes, I could have held this trade a lot longer, but hey, price is most likely going to come back down, maybe test this level of resistance or support, which we just tapped into. So now would be a pretty good time to take some profits. And at the end of the day, I always say this, I only want a piece of the cake. I do not want the whole entire cake. But guys, if you guys just focus on adding up your confluences for each and every trade, there's no reason why you guys should be losing and being on losing streaks and etc. I mean, losses are part of the game, but you guys shouldn't be losing 10 trades in a row, 5 trades in a row. That doesn't exist. If you guys are following a good trading plan, journaling each and every trade, and just sticking to the setups that you've seen play out in the past. This is why a journal is so important. You want to make sure that your journal is telling you what trades work out, what trades don't work out. You yourself can become a profitable trader from it. Without that discipline, without that focus on what you guys should do or shouldn't do, it's not gonna happen. I appreciate you guys. If you guys do want the trading bot, or you guys do want my mentorship, just DM me right now and I can get you guys started. Good luck.